legal counsel. So no, for you, one I don't know who's against me, who's just looking for views. No, I'm not going to come and say this on live.
Listen, you say I'm looking for views. I've been doing what I'm doing my entire career, just in a different way.
Brand.
I could not care less about views, Brittany. I am a professional.
You're online, baby. I care about views. You don't gotta talk to me like that. Like, listen, we all care
about bringing awareness to the cases I cover.
Okay.
I could care less about followers.
I have certain things I'm allowed and not allowed to say, and I can't speak on that one. I've answered I've answered mostly all of your questions. That's just one I can't answer. But there are people in my video. There are people that I'm really good friends with who know the answer to that question. I just cannot say that on camera. And
so you're saying that Josh signed a written statement that he didn't make, and then he pled guilty to charges that he didn't commit.
So are you telling me right now no one in this world has ever pled guilty to charges they didn't commit?
I would hope to God nobody has ever pled guilty to those kind of charges they didn't commit. Yes, other crimes happens all the time. Those are the most serious crimes you could commit. Why anyone would plead guilty?
And said if he goes to trial, you're looking at people that work in a grocery store, retail, the most random humans on the earth that know nothing about law, will not understand the facts, will not understand the forensics, and you could be looking at 20 years. So if I were you, I would plead guilty and you'll get less time. So yeah, he pled guilty.
And he signed a written statement that he didn't make.
What? Hey, I've said before, he didn't write a statement.
Don't play with words. A statement on paper is called a written statement in law enforcement. That's what I'm talking. A written statement holds its weight 10 times over a verbal statement. I know that doesn't make sense to everybody. A written statement, you cannot change. It's there. Verbal statements you can say I misspoke, whatever. Written statements hold up in court better than anything. He signed a written statement saying it's one of the most disturbing statements I've ever seen in my career.
Oh, please. You have not looked at some shit I've looked at then, and
This is what I'm talking about when I don't know where she went.
I'm right here.
This is what I'm talking about when I say you continuously downplay his crimes. Have you ever spoken up for the victims of those crimes?
I know that you're playing Justice Boy right now. I get it. I understand. No, I get it. This is the thing you need to understand. I care about victims of that crime.
No, you don't.
The reason that that's your opinion. The reason that I'm so removed from that side of it is because I care more about getting my husband home now, who did not commit those crimes. Absolutely. Once he's home, we'll do anything I can to advocate everything. Like, you can't possibly look me in the eyes and think that I am some disgusting human who would want children like that to be harmed or put in that position. Like, you can't actually think that. You have to think of this. When Josh and I started dating after he was charged, my sister was 15. I have a cousin that I'm very close to, a cousin of mine, her daughter, who was like 10. You can't possibly think that someone with, and I know that I joke around that I'm a dumb bitch, but my level of intelligence would ever put those two young girls around someone so evil and so disgusting. You can't possibly think that and know that I wouldn't have seen the forensics and seen all the details of everything and put them around it. Like, there's just no way. There's just no way.
But your husband is that dumb. That's what you're saying.
No, I wouldn't have put them around him is my point.
No. What I'm saying, you're sitting here saying that your husband is quite possibly one of the least intelligent people existing because he signed. I'm going to tell you why you're saying that. You're saying he signed a written statement that he didn't make. He pled guilty to a charge he didn't commit.
There's a reason we have another attorney right now and not the same attorney. I'll be honest with you. I think the attorney, because you have to think about this. Josh was arrested in 2020. He was charged in 2020. We didn't go to court until 2025. 5 years later, he was allowed to be free. If he's just some dangerous, crazy human, why is he allowed to be free?
I agree with you. He shouldn't be allowed to be free. He should spend the rest of his life in prison.
That's the point. That's the point. Like, why was he allowed to do all of that if he was such a bad human? I think this is what I think, in my opinion. I think his attorney, no offense to the guy at all, he's just a younger guy, was so fed up with just dealing with it for 5 years and having they would move the court dates back and all that. They used COVID as an excuse, everything else. I think that he was just fed up with dealing with it. He told Josh what to do. Josh took his advice. He scared Josh into it. And then Josh was like, hell, whatever. I don't know what to do. We have done everything. We did everything. We pulled forensics. He did psychosexual analysis. He did lie detectors. He did everything possible to prove that he was not guilty in this. But his attorneys still advise that. You don't know what you don't know. You don't, honestly, if you've not been in the legal system before and you don't understand that, you do stupid stuff. Now, looking back, do I think that he made the best decision? Do I feel bad do I think he made the best decision pleading guilty? I don't know, but do I feel bad that I pushed him to say guilty because his attorney had me believing if it went any further, we'd be looking at 20 years and all I was thinking about at the time was 20 years? Yeah, I think that you have to understand that too.
Why would you, how many officers did you say was in the room when he signed his written statement?
He said there were around 9 around the table.
What reason did at least nine different law enforcement officers have to get together and say, we're going to go pin this horrible crime on this man? What did they have against him?
I don't think that was the case at all. I don't think anyone said we're going to go pin this horrible crime. Hold on. I don't think anyone said that we're going to go pin this horrible crime on someone. I think that you're in it for the kill. Does a hunter go out looking to just go hunt and not catch and not kill anything? I think you're in it for a win. You're in it to find something awful on someone or to get them to confess to something. They didn't even take him back and interrogate him. Like they
didn't have to. He made the statement at the house from what I understood.
Did you see, from what you understood, did you see body cam footage? And why is all the body cam footage gone?
I have no idea.
Why did no one come up with body cam footage?
I have no idea. They may not. A lot of times investigators don't wear body cameras.
They were. That's the issue. They were wearing it. And it was admitted to me in an email that they were wearing it, but they don't have footage of it anymore. You have to understand,
Brittany, this is what I'm saying. That defense, y'all are saying, he is saying that a bunch of police officers got together one day and said, let's go randomly pick this guy out and put charges on him.
I didn't say that.
What got them to his house?
I didn't say that. Huh?
What led them to him?
I know what led them to him. You do too. If you read it, it says a tip. It's an IP address. It's a sting operation.
Yeah, and IP addresses do not lie.
No, they don't. They lead you to where you need to go.
They went and they found the images on his electronic devices.
Did they find the images? This is where you could be wrong. So I would watch it. Because everything's recorded.
I don't care what everything's recorded. I know. Yes, they said he had uploaded and downloaded these images.
Okay.
You're saying that he didn't do that?
I'm taking your word for it.
That's what he was charged and convicted of, Brittany.
I agree. I know what he was charged and convicted of, but I also have seen the forensics.
But you can't tell us what you mean by that.
If I freaking could, I would. Trust me, the way that it would save me a shit ton of time. And you have to think, I've lost my career. I've lost a lot over not being able to talk about this. And the reason I can't talk about it yet is because he hasn't gotten, I can't even say that. I cannot talk about it yet. I have to shut my mouth.
Let me tell you this. If you were my wife, let me tell you this. If you were my wife and you married me after that fact, there's no way in hell I'd put you through any of this. And I would have told you to go on your way and keep your life instead of trying to get my ass out of jail because I couldn't do 5 years in prison over a crime that I admitted to.
He did. He did tell me that.
Oh, did he? Because I don't see that. I didn't see that or hear that in any of y'all's jail correspondence.
I'm talking about before he ever got married.
That's a whole other problem, Brittany.
To do this. What'd you say?
That's a whole other issue. You admitted that you saw or heard whatever, that he had been charged with this, that he'd gotten in trouble, and that you reached out to him and then y'all started dating, and then y'all got married. After all of this, that's concerning in itself.
Okay, so listen, have you watched any of my videos when I talk about we were best friends before? We'd already been like close. Okay, so so the night he was arrested, we were on FaceTime. Like, we were on FaceTime. He was headed down here to the coast. He was living in Georgia. I was in Alabama. He was heading down here to the coast. We were actually on like a FaceTime of us and another couple. And he was heading down here before us. We were all heading down like later in the day. And he had FaceTimed us before. We were all talking. So the next day, I wake up to a bunch of messages that Josh has been arrested. We both worked for State Farm. Several agents had sent it to me. And I was like, what the fuck? So when I say sought out him, yeah, you better believe somebody that I'd been on multiple trips with, really close friends with, was almost to a point of dating. Why would I not reach out to him? You think I'm just going to be like, oh, hell with him? Like,
yeah, for that crime, yeah.
No, I wanted to know the truth.
Was he honest with you about the Auburn incident?
Yes.
No, he wasn't. I've heard the jail calls or the dress correspondence. He was not. You called him out on that. He was not honest with you about that.
Yeah, he was. He told me to talk to his dad, and I did.
Y'all had the conversation about it. He had talked about that before. Correct?
What'd you say?
Had y'all talked about the Auburn incident before he got sent to jail?
No.
Why? Why had he not told you that?
He's almost 40 years old. Why would he tell me about something that happened in college?
Because that's a pretty serious charge he was charged with.
He wasn't charged with it.
He was never
convicted of it.
I know he wasn't convicted.
You know why? Because he wasn't even in town. He played Auburn baseball. He wasn't even in freaking town when it happened.
Do you see the pattern, Brittany?
Do I see the pattern?
Yes. How does this man keep on ending up in these type of crimes?
That is not even the same.
Pretty close.
No,
spying on naked high school girls and looking at images of children. Pretty close.
No, he wasn't in town. He played Auburn baseball. He wasn't in town.
So he got set up then.
No, he wasn't set up. No, he wasn't set up. I think you didn't understand. And he got engaged shortly after that, and a girl's best friend came up, because I've spoken to someone. A girl's best friend came up and apologized and said, yeah, she just pinned it on him. So you don't just get to go and make accusations and think that they're correct.
I'm not making accusations. I said what he was charged with.
You want to know what the situation was? We've talked about it in person. I've talked to his dad. At this particular tanning salon, you could go sign up, go in with a pencil. He was the last person to get signed in to go in, but people would use each other's names. So like his brother and him would give people, access to use their name, whatever. You go in, sign whoever's name has it. Like there was nobody that ran the front desk. It was like some podunk town. So people would just go in. He wasn't in town. It wasn't his phone. It never led back to him. Wasn't anything like that.
So you think it's just a coincidence that two separate times in his life he was set up by law enforcement?
I've never said he was set up by law enforcement. Never said that.
That's what you're saying in this case that he's in prison for right now.
No, I didn't say he was set up by anyone.
You said he didn't make the statement that law enforcement swore he made and that he swore he made.
Correct.
Okay. Brittany, that means you're saying they set him up. That means they wrote words down and lied about it. That's what you're saying.
I think the thing is you know how to word things and you know what you're doing. And you said earlier, don't play on words with me. Well, you're playing on words with me right now. I never said he was set up. I've held that since the beginning, since that first statement. I've never said he was set up.
So who wrote his statement that he signed?
He didn't write the statement.
I'm asking you.
Who writes it? You tell me. Because I know what you're doing.
No, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to trick you into anything. I'm asking you a legit question. You said he didn't write it. So I'm asking you, who did write it?
You told me earlier that it's not a written statement, correct?
What?
You told me earlier that it's not a written statement. It's a whatever. You played on words with it.
I don't know. It was a statement written on paper. Yes. And he signed it. That's a written statement.
Is it typed?
Again, I don't remember if it was typed or not.
Okay.
It was a written statement.
What we're talking about respectfully. Josh didn't write any type of statement. And hang on, I do want to pause real quick, if you don't mind, Derek. True Crime Megan, baby, I know too much stuff about you on your.
We're not talking about True Crime Megan.
Yes, we are.
You've called her out, and you want to talk about convictions? What was she convicted of? What was true crime Megan convicted of in the stuff you called out the other day?
Her ex-husband is willing to convict her of it.
Willing to convict her of it. This was in 2017.
Hang on. Does she want to speak on it? Because I've already talked to her. Listen, she already
Brittany,
went.
I'm asking you. You made a video about her, about a crime. Was she convicted on that crime that you made about her?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You know she wasn't.
But did you see?
But you're sitting
said?
here saying that we should not believe Josh's charge before because it wasn't convicted.
Derek, did you go and see her statement today where she said that she did that?
I don't care if she was not convicted of any crime. Is my point, Brittany?
She admitted she sexually assaulted her husband.
I have no idea. I'm saying she was not convicted.
At school, but she needs to.
She what?
She needs to admit why she doesn't work at a school anymore, and you may not be taking up for her. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't be taking up for her. I
have all the confidence in the world to take up for her right now.
Okay.
Especially against your word.
Okay, that's fine.
Because you're believing your husband, who I know for a fact had lied to you in the past.
I think that I should just hop off here. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to hop off here. Because are you and I going to end anywhere or no? Are we going to get anywhere with it? Or are you going to keep it?
You're not making any sense, Brittany.
You're not going to get some admission out of me. What I was mostly pissed off about is that you paired me in on your video as being involved or something like that. Like, I would never, ever in my life harm a child.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Okay. And that's your opinion. That's wild.
That's my professional opinion. I'm an expert in that.
I think that's what's crazy is that people like you are the ones that are leading these interviews when they go and charge someone. And if you really think, after speaking to me, that I would ever be involved in harming a child.
I am very good at that. I am very good.
You think I would harm a child?
I don't think you care. I don't think you care about children. I don't think you think of children as children.
What do I think of them as?
I don't think you care about them. That's what I'm saying.
You
could not care less what happens to a child. That's not the way your brain works.
Wow. Well, that's
you asked me and I'm telling you.
Okay. I respect your opinion. That is not how I feel. I do care a lot about children. I would never want to even think of children being harmed. When Josh and I read the charges that everyone else in the world read way before, we both were in tears that night. Like, it was a really emotional night. So I'm sorry that you feel that way about me. But if you feel that way about me, then there's nothing else to be said.
And then one last thing. You're saying Josh did not commit any of those crimes, that law enforcement lied about it. That would mean you're saying law enforcement set him up.
I've never said that anyone set him up. You're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, but you're saying that they lied about it.
What did you say?
Are you not saying that law enforcement made up a statement that he didn't write and lied about him?
Correct. Josh never
that is the definition of he got set up by law enforcement.
I'm not going to say anyone set him up, but no, he did not say the things they said he said.
So he did not say he pleasured himself to those images.
He did not say that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
sorry you feel that way about me. I'm not that person. I would never harm a child.
One thing I want you to do, Brittany, is starting tomorrow, start being an advocate against these child victims. That's what you should be doing. Instead of worrying about your husband that can't do 5 years in prison because he's not going to make it. We all know that. Start worrying about these child victims that are still out there that he participated in.
Hang on, time out. Why would he not make it in prison? Because he's doing just fucking fine right now.
Is he?
I see him every weekend. He's doing fine.
I'm sure he probably is. He probably doesn't mind what's happening to him in there.
Yeah, you're just trying to set me off. That's not going to work.
I'm stating a fact. I know what happens to them guys in jail. I ran a large jail for 2 years. I know what happens to those guys in jail.
He's in a way crazier place than he's in, and I understand that you want to impose fear against people. I'm there every weekend. I speak to the warden all the time. I'm very close to Josh. But it's okay. I understand why you do the things you do. I get it.
Yeah, because I stand up for children, victims of crime.
There's a lot of people that do like true crime Megan, but she has some past, so I get it. But she stands up for children all right too. So here we are.
Nobody cares about her past.
Oh, okay. Oh, so when in 5 years, Josh is clear then. If true crime Megan is clear in couple years.
True crime Megan, to my knowledge, has never been accused of anything like he's committed.
Okay. No, worse actually, but
worse.
You should see my DMs. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Derek, I'm actually not an awful person. I don't want to end this badly. I feel like it's such a shitty look, honestly, but I respect your opinions and I appreciate talking to you, and I hope you have a good night.
You too. I'll be honest with you, it went better than I thought. But the poor girl doesn't have a clue. She will take up for that man no matter what. She will believe anything he says. She sat there and said he didn't commit those crimes at all, that law enforcement made it up. Did I hear that wrong? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not what she said? Law enforcement made it up because they just wanted to charge somebody. I'm almost positive. I'll go back and watch it, but I'm almost positive that's what she said. Okay. And then denied that she said law enforcement set him up. I don't know what her definition of law enforcement setting